Champion up north.
The Bass Sessions.
Hello, you're watching the Bass Sessions on Champion Up North TV. I'm joined here by Raphael, Attar and the incredible Bongo band. We're going to do a live session for us later, so looking forward to that. First, thank you both for coming.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good. I have to say, while I'm here, it's not every time, not every day you get this opportunity. So I've got to ask your band, how is it that you create the incredible soundscapes that you do at the touch of a button? Good. Any mysterious?
He's not so much when you get to know him. He's a man of few hidden parts.
So what's your relationship with the band generally? Who's in charge? You're an old style band leader or?
Yeah, I like to think of myself as very much a George Clinton.
George Clinton.
I've left him in Eastern European countries before without a passport.
Good.
He made it back before I did.
He seems like a man of action, not a man of words.
Yeah,
I've got to say.
Yeah, certainly.
How did the Raphael Attar sort of experience begin? How did that?
Basically, I had written a bunch of stuff that was sort of like hip hop, but it was not like proper hip hop, and it was sort of like poems, but it wasn't proper poems, and there didn't really seem to be any good home for it, or I didn't really know where to take it. So I thought I'll just put it in a big show, do it all together, call it a thing, and act like it's actually a thing, and then hopefully people will agree with me that it's like a proper thing, and then we'll get to do it.
Right, so it's just a quest to create something that's a proper thing.
Yeah. Or try to disguise what is clearly not a proper thing as a proper thing.
I see. So that's good. You've created something, and there's no place for it in the market. There's no niche for it.
None.
There's no. So you've forged ahead, and you've created your own genre. You've created your own thing.
Yeah, for which nobody was crying out.
There's no market, but you've just forged ahead, and I really respect that.
Yeah.
Because you're not hip hop, and you're not poems. You're this new thing. Obviously, I know you play quite a wide variety of nights. You play music nights and spoken word nights, comedy nights. Which audience is the best?
Yeah, I think my favourite audience we've ever played for was the very first audience we ever played. The first gig we did with this setup, which was a benefit to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Luddite Uprising.
All right, that seems counterintuitive because I would presume they're not that keen on technology.
No, it was a lot of people singing folk songs and political protest songs with guitars, and then we came out with laptops and NPCs dressed as robots.
Should be locked away from all the mayhem that I'm causing, but they'll never track me down because their systems are inadequate.
There was a woman in the audience with her head in her hands, just doing that.
That's always
for ages.
And that was your best audience?
That was my favourite audience.
Oh, right, okay.
Rubble when I roll through places. This whole pedestrianised retail zone is going to go through changes. My nipples are lasers too.
We first met because we shared a venue at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I suppose, was that the first time you had audiences coming to see Raphael Attar rather than a mixed bill, or...?
We actually put on one or two, you might call them Edinburgh warm-up shows, but we basically hired out a room above a pub.
Preview season,
yeah. We did, in fact, maybe one show as a preview to that. And that was, we managed to fill a small room with people that we know.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
which
what
felt like a
is.
huge success. Huge success.
It is sort of just organising a party, but you're the entertainment, but nonetheless, that is a success.
It's like organising a party, but this is all about me, which is very much every party I've ever organised.
So, how did you find the Edinburgh run? You did 2 weeks, didn't you?
We did 2 weeks, maybe slightly more than 2 weeks in Edinburgh. It was really fun, a great experience. Met a bunch of people, met you guys. We saw a beardy man in the street, and he pretended to be Scottish for a while.
Oh, that's
he would not stop pretending to be Scottish, even though we clearly knew that he wasn't Scottish. But we were refusing to say we know you're beardy man, and he kept on pretending. We just got a bit weird.
That's commitment to the bit,
Yeah.
Even though obviously you're not Scottish, you've got to keep at it, because then if you back down, that's weirder, I think.
Exactly.
So, where does writing a song come from? Where do you start? You start with the music, with the band who I respect, and, everything, that's fine. Do you start with the music, or do you start with the lyrics, then you...
Generally, we start, just with a concept. High idea, and then, I consider myself like a sculptor, but words are my medium. So I have the
Sculpting
vision,
words.
and then I try and sculpt the words to fit them. For example, I was sitting there and I was thinking, James Martin, he's a bit of a prick.
Right.
And I thought, I'm going to sculpt that. I'm going to turn that into art.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's truly incredible.
Yeah. And then we thought, we should put some music to it. We'll just steal and tee up somebody else's music and we'll just use that because it's easier.
So this is a diss tune primarily addressed to James Martin. Run it. Yeah. Yo, fuck James Martin! I wouldn't eat your food if I was starving. I wouldn't eat someone else's food if you was carving. You ain't charming, you're full of more shit than charming. Full of shit like farming. You had that program, James Martin Delicious. They should call that shit James Martin the Dickhead. You had that program, Saturday Morning Kitchen. They should call that shit Saturday Morning Bitching, cause you're a bitch. I'll lock you up inside your own fridge. Roll you out of the studio to throw you over a low bridge. I would've thrown you over a high bridge, that ain't nice. But I will go on this morning and tell you make shit pies. This guy, James Martin, I don't like his manner. Find him supercilious, plus he looks like a spanner. You're stupid, bruh. You got stupid hair. Yeah, it's a diss tune, bitch, I dissed you, deal with it. Diss tune, motherfucker, I dissed you, deal with it. Diss tune, you're prick. It's a diss tune, it's a diss tune, no, it's a diss tune. Bitch, I dissed you, deal with it. Diss tune, motherfucker, I dissed you, deal with it. Diss tune, you got stupid hair and like your cooking's not very good. Idiot.
You obviously had quite a bit of sort of media exposure a while ago, and I feel I should acknowledge, considering it's on your t-shirt, I feel we need to acknowledge the song you did about Gary Barlow.
Respect.
Gary Barlow, Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow, Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow,
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow.
Mr. Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow is a very good singer.
You've got to respect a man like that. So, again, the process of that song, you saw Gary Barlow, thought he's all right by me.
Yeah, I mean, that one very explicitly. I was at work. I was working in an office at the time, which was quite a boring job. And I was sitting there and I was just thinking, Gary Barlow is quite funny. And then I was laughing to myself for about a whole morning, thinking about Gary Barlow. And I started researching him, like Gary Barlow facts.
Right.
And all the Gary Barlow facts are really boring. There's no cocaine strippers. There's no like weird, factoids that I bet you wouldn't know this thing about Gary Barlow. It would blow your mind. Like, there's nothing. There's just really, really boring facts. Like he was born in Frodsham.
Right.
And he's been married to his wife. It's quite a nice fact. He's been married to his wife was a dancer on a Take That tour in '96, right. I think. And they met, got married shortly thereafter, been together, happily married ever since.
Excellent.
Lovely, nice story, but like not interesting.
95 it was.
95. Sorry, 95.
Right. It was 95, we've got that clear.
Yeah, fact checking is important.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't correct it earlier. The song took off kind of, didn't it? It got quite a lot of plays on Radio 1.
It got played, repeatedly on Nick Grimshaw's programme. He was quite into it, so we played it a few times on the Drive Time programme. Then Chris Moyles was brought in by his producer. Chris Moyles was much less into it than Nick Grimshaw was. But I think, personally, we maybe were stepping on the toes of a little private feud that was going on between Grimmers and Moylesy.
Oh, right.
What with the young up-and-comer coming to steal the old bloated idiots programme.
Oh, shit!
And steal it out from under him. So I think, to be honest, he was just bitter.
Yeah, I mean...
also, has no ear for comedy.
I mean, let's be honest, maybe the Gary Barlow song was what caused him to be replaced by Nick Grimshaw.
He dropped the ball, I'll be honest. Chris Moyles dropped the ball on that one.
If he's not going to get on top of what is clearly your guys, it's your Imagine.
Yeah.
It's the future of sound. Yeah. If he can't get on top of that, he needs replacing.
Fern Cotton liked that song.
Fern Cotton said
she liked that song, so... You know what I mean? Tastemakers is what I'm saying. Like that song. And if Chris Moyles can't recognise something, which, Fern Cotton has said it's good.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, more proof that Chris Moyles is an idiot.
Yeah.
Did that get to Gary Barlow in the end? I know you were trying to sort of...
It did. It actually got to Gary Barlow much earlier than we thought, and then repeatedly thereafter. So we kind of put intentionally in the you know, the sort of what little marketing we did around it. Like, get it to Gary, all this kind of stuff. We got it to Gary in about 2 days.
Oh, right, okay.
But because all of that stuff was like on the video and stuff and in the description, people kept on sending it to him.
So by the end, he was sick of it.
Yeah, well, I feel quite bad. I didn't really hear about it after the first time. He must have seen it a couple of days later and said something, you know, this is funny, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. Watch this video, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And then I ended up feeling quite bad because I could see lots and lots of people repeatedly sending him this stupid song about him. So he probably ended up being a bit annoyed by it. So I apologise. I never meant to annoy you.
Let's talk
Gary.
directly to Gary.
Yeah, I'm sorry. First of all, like, no words. Well done for 1 million love songs.
Big fans. Big fans here.
Second of all, I'm sorry if we annoyed you with the repeated sending you of that tracks, but I mean, it just got out of our hands a little bit.
Good. If you're watching, Gary, that was for you. Thank you both for coming in and doing the interview for Champion Up North, the bass sessions, and you got your album Cool But Rude. That's available for people to get.
That's available for free downloads. If you search for it on Google, you might find it.
Is there another album on the way?
Yeah, probably. You know, there's some new songs and stuff. We might put them together, make them into a thing at some point.
Fantastic.
I'm pretty slick. I'm pretty on the ball with that stuff.
Cool, brilliant.
So maybe by the end of the year.
Maybe by the end of the year. Check at the end of the year, and if it's there, you best get it.
Oh, we're gonna do a Christmas song.
They're gonna do a Christmas song.
He's not into it, but we're definitely gonna do a Christmas song.
Is he not?
He's not into Christmas.
Is
More
that,
of a Kwanzaa man.
Oh, it's a Kwanzaa man. So yeah, thanks very much to Raphael Attar. Thank you very much to the Incredible Bongo Band for coming in. Yep. And you've been watching Champion Up North TV.
Why is everything so bad?
I don't know, man.
How bad actually is it?
I don't know, man.
What exactly is going on?
I don't know, man. I think it might be something about the government.
How does the government work?
I don't know, man.
How does the internet work?
I don't know, man.
How does Sillet Bang work?
I don't know, man. It's like all chemicals and that, innit?
Where do butterflies sleep?
I don't know, man.
Do butterflies sleep?
I don't know, man.
Why'd they cancel Supermarket Sweep?
I don't know, man. Maybe Dale Winton wanted to move on.
Where is Dale these days?
I don't know, man.
What about Carol Smiley?
I don't know, man.
What's Handy Andy doing now?
I don't know, man. I think I might have seen him in an advert. I think I might have seen him in an advert. I think I might have seen him in an advert.
That's just a short political poem, yeah.